There's a lot of research to support this idea that if we can do things that are fun and connect them to something that's educational, kids are far more likely to remember those things. So here's a fun and silly and meaningful review activity that you can do with your students with anything in class. For our case, we were learning vocabulary for the week. So what I did was I gave out students vocab cards, but this could be any number of facts, stats, historical figures, elements on the periodic table, whatever it is. But then I had students, each of my students got a vocab card. They weren't allowed to tell anyone which vocab card they got. They could look at the word, they could look at the definition, and then they were given a singular container of Play-Doh. They then had maybe about 5 minutes to make a creation on their desk that would hint at what this was to be. So if your vocab word was disconsolate, you had to come up with some image that showed that someone was feeling dejected or gloomy or was inconsolable. I then put music on the background and let kids just create with Play-Doh. While they're doing this, I put a Post-it note on each student's desk with a corresponding number. So like 1 through however many students you have in your class. At the end of their time of creating this, students take out a piece of paper and write 1 through however many numbers you have. So if you have 10 students, if you have 30 students, it's 1 through 30 or 1 through 10. Today worked particularly well because I was missing quite a few students because there's a class trip going on. Then once they have their paper numbered, they walk around and they're going to try and figure out which vocab word goes with each number on each desk. After they've taken their guesses, which can take a little bit of a time, right? Right now we have 21 vocab words. So it could be any one of those 21 words. They make their best guesses in their notebook. They're gonna sit back in their desk and trade their notebook with someone next to them. And then we're gonna go one by one and say, student number 1, what was your picture of? They explain the picture and they explain the word behind it. And then the students are grading each other's work in their notebooks or on their papers. And at the end, we see who had the most right. Now, this could be something that you keep points for. It could be something that's a challenging class. But to me, it is a way to take words. So specifically with this group, what I did was I took words that I know everyone's been tripping up on lately. I know they're the ones that are the most difficult. So if I can make you spend 5 to 6 minutes on just a word, there's a far less chance that you're going to not get that right. So if you are doing this, like I said, in history or science or even in math, it's helping kids to take a few minutes to really focus in. Kids really think that they know how to study. What they know how to do is cram. And what we want them to do is hold on to information for longer, as long as what we're teaching is actually meaningful and should be with them for the rest of their lives. So for vocabulary, I want you to remember these words and use them at your discretion forever. Down below, leave an idea that a way that you get kids to study or remember stuff in class, or maybe you make reviews really fun.